Zanmi Beni came into being in the dark days after a devastating earthquake rocked Haiti, leaving over 250,000 people dead in its wake. And sadly, among the survivors were many orphaned and vulnerable children. Zanmi Beni's parent organization, the internationally recognized NGO Partners in Health, and its sister organization in Haiti, Zanmi La Santé, had worked in Haiti for over 25 years before the earthquake and immediately assumed a major countrywide role in disaster relief and recovery efforts, especially in the healthcare sector. Once the children rescued from the general hospital were safely relocated, many people joined the effort, and within a few months, a beautiful piece of property in the outskirts of Port-au-Prince was located. Paul Farmer used the money that friends had given him for his 50th birthday to buy the property. The buildings on site were quickly furnished and staff was hired. In the coming months, 30 other children, all of whom had lost their families in the earthquake, joined the children rescued from the general hospital. These 68 little ones had a new beginning, and this new and much-loved family came into being.
Partners in Health is essentially a medical NGO providing health care to extremely poor people but building healthcare systems. And their motto, they have a lot of mottos, but one of them is "We stay." So it's not an organization that comes, during a crisis. And they go and build the healthcare system, train people, hire local people to do all the jobs. So Zanmi Beni, even though it isn't really what Partners in Health does, what their mission is, but it's first a social justice organization. And so when these children were in great need, that's when Loon and Nancy and Paul said, this is something we have to do. Every one of the children would have died, or as I say, they would have died or worse. And they didn't say, well, this isn't what we do. So the children were at the General Hospital, which is the public hospital in Port-au-Prince, and they were in a unit called the Abandoned Babies Unit. And they were in very tight quarters, so a few kind of cribs with 5 kids would be in a crib, and most of them, they had all been abandoned, and most of them were disabled. And, it was very sad because their families just were not able to take care of them. They're not bad people, and things are so hard in Haiti, so they left them there knowing that they would be taken care of. And Paul and Loon said, why don't we just try to find a suitable place for them to live? Nobody's done anything wrong here. Then, of course, after the earthquake, there were so many children that were orphaned and, woke up to families that all their family members had died. And so the number of children in the need just grew exponentially. So when they were looking for a place, they wanted it to, be for everybody. And people around Port-au-Prince and that knew Loon and knew Paul and knew Nancy and would meet someone, they'd say, wait, I think I have a place for you to live, that kind of thing. So word started getting out, I guess.
So it's interesting. So at the time I wasn't working with Partners in Health or Zanmi La Santé, but when the earthquake happens in Haiti, in January of 2010, Paul, we knew that there was this children's home, and we knew that we needed to buy, all these children had been abandoned more recently or over the years at the General Hospital, and they needed to find a way to be able to raise funds. And so Paul wrote all his friends. He was about to turn 50 years old. The idea of Paul being only 50, my God, even I'm older than that now. He wrote all his friends, and they raised a lot of money and were able to buy a piece of land, which is where Zanmi Beni is located in Port-au-Prince.
I can't remember what month the property was purchased and we moved in, but I think I went in, I want to say May of 2010. So I was there in the very, early on in the very beginning. So the house, there was no construction yet. So kids everywhere. And the kids and the staff were sleeping. There would be even there a few kids to a crib if they were babies. The staff were sleeping on the floor. In the main house, they set up a table to be like a nurse's station. So whatever healthcare needs were required, they were being taken care of. And so all of the activities of the place were in the one house. And then of course right outside, when you step out of the house, there was a table set up there, and that was physical therapy, and kids just, they bring them out there, and that's where they ate all their meals. And then, in the next few months, a lot of the requests that we started getting was, we need diapers, we need wipes, we need strollers, we need high chairs, we need playpens, we need all the things that babies need. So it was something, but there was like an excitement in the air. We set up on a table, we bought mini high chair, a mini stroller, a mini crib, a mini whatever, and people just signed up to buy one. And then we decided that day to say you could friend a child. And we use that language because we don't call Zanmi Beni an orphanage, we call it a children's home, because it is a permanent home for these children, meaning they do not age out and they do not leave. This is their home, this is their family. People weren't going to be adopted. It's not an influx of children and an outflow. This is their home. So it was that's Partners in Health doing. It was their concept, being always trying to really do the right thing for a person and what they deserve. So we did it through Partners in Health, and that's very critically important, because Partners in Health pays the budget of Zanmi Beni. So what the Friends of Zanmi Beni does is really support everything above the budget. But besides that, it's being a friend, it's being an ally, an advocate. And so for those kids to understand, like, there's people in the world who actually care about us and have our back. So 14 years later, we have watched these children grow up, and they're like our children. I always say, I have 64 children in Haiti. So that's how the Friends of Zanmi Beni was born.
La vie Zanmi Beni, c'était une belle vie. C'était vraiment, parce que Zanmi Beni, oui, nous vivons en tant que famille, et famille, c'était vraiment génial.
Là, je film trouver Zanmi Beni. Moi, j'ai eu un new life, because parents vraiment pas, ma petite parents vraiment pas capable avec, et là nous fin joindre organisation Zanmi la santé. Moi vinn tant que me senti un peu bien, puis à l'aise, dès qu'à mourir tout, dès qu'à mourir before. That's all. L'homme qui était parents, moi j'ai venu rencontrer avec eux. C'est tant que maman pour moi. C'est tant que maman, famille, parce que je me dis après bon Dieu, si c'est pas yo m't'a mourir. Donc yo représente un peu le bagage pour moi. Bah je ne te combat ouais vraiment mort pour me remplacer, mais yo représente un peu le bagage pour moi. C'est ça.
I often like to joke that, not joke, but, God created, life and the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. And I often joke that Paul and Jim and Ophelia created, Partners in Health in a very short period of time, and on day 3 or 4 they came up with Loon. And Loon's been around since day 1, for that matter, in Haiti with Partners in Health, and it was an obvious fit for Loon to be the person to run Zanmi Beni. She's very much a mom in that sense to her 3 children, and the 64 plus children that have come through Haiti or through Zanmi Beni over the years.
Yeah, Mamina is like, I really love Mamina. It's like, I don't know how to say that. It's really, I really love Mamina. And my relationship with Mamina is really, really good. We don't discuss a lot, and we always talk, and like we always have fun. My relationship with Mamina is really, 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 really good. But I always talk to Mamina what I want, and Mamina always said me. Mamina not always said me no, but Mamina always told me, okay, he's gonna check if you can do that, like this, and this. I really, really, really appreciate Mamina.
More than anything, she's a hero. And I know people use that term very lightly sometimes, or like, oh, you're a hero, you're a hero. But think about it. Loom saved these children from abject poverty, illness, being in a dark back room, because when you live with disabilities in a lot of countries, in developing nations, or the global south, as they say these days, you're not put out there. You're not fed as much as your siblings. You don't go to school because you have no way of getting there. So just thinking about that, just that little morsel where everyone at ZB receives an education if they want, everyone is treated equally. And it was incredible because his vision always was a forever home.
Qui là pour un cadeau? Manger, qui ça va faire encore?
J'ai pas pu vous faire dessin. Mais moi j'aime vous demander à vous.
J'aime bien. Okay. She says she feels great. She says that and I asked her why. She said she feels great just because she gets fed on time, and she is given paper and pen and crayon and colored pencils to draw. She gets nice clothes. She gets to wear makeup. She also was taught to read and write as well. So she's very, very happy about that.
So early on, the same concept of this is a family, and they, trying to provide stability for all the kids. So we used So they used like sort of a familial model. So they called the caregivers mamas and papas. And we have had really amazing stability. So most of the people who have worked there have worked there from the beginning. So clearly kids with disabilities, they have someone that works with them one-on-one, or they bring them out every day and they sit outside. And so, it's like a whole little community out there with music playing, and someone's doing someone's hair. So, which is very good. It's very stimulating for people with intellectual disabilities. And so, they are really part of the community. And then a lot of the older kids, like you said, they would be very helpful with the kids with disabilities. So it wasn't their primary job, but there was, an expectation that you need to help. So you'd see them wheel somebody back into the dorm to go, whatever, get changed or get their bath, or and so they really participated in it. But yes, so that's what they call them, mamas and papas.
Zanmi Beni ici à cause maman qui travaille Zanmi Beni. et puis de venir avec maman chaque week-end. Je venir comme ça et puis m'a aidé Timounio dans moment ça Timounio était petit et puis chaque matin m'aider yo et puis Misla ben ouais son monde qui remet aider Timoun et puis de tout dire maman comme ça pour mettre Zanmi Beni net. La team déplacement mes amis Beni c'est aider Timoun yo, aider Timoun handicapé yo, ba yo manger et puis petit yo aider yo jouer ensemble avec yo. Et puis parti me déplacement c'est parti me faire pain pour yo, que pain pour yo c'est parti ça me déplacement. Souvenir gain c'est souvenir parce que me faire partie famille Zanmi Beni. C'est plus gros souvenir.
So the day, which is crazy, the day usually begins about 4 a.m. and they would get up and they would come into the cafeteria once we built the cafeteria and the new kitchen to have breakfast, and then they would go probably get bathed because they would get bathed about 3 or 4 times a day because Haitians are very, very clean. And they would get bathed and then get in their uniforms and then go either do exercises out front or play soccer, but do something a little bit physical. A man would come in and help and do like calisthenics with them. And that's pretty much been the schedule. So then they go off to school, depending on the age, and they might come back earlier or not. So then they would come back and do their homework and play, and then same routine. Take eat, take a bath, get ready for bed. Eat and then get ready for bed and read or that kind of thing. They interact as if they are siblings. And so, as we say, there's always somebody crying, somebody fighting, someone telling on somebody else, and that's how. But always protecting. If something happened at school and that person wasn't going to say anything, somebody else is saying what happened at school, whether it's good or it's bad. And sometimes it wasn't good because sometimes they've been in different schools and not everybody appreciated that Zanmi Beni kids, because imagine if you were in the same classroom with 6 of your siblings, you talk to each other a certain way or whatever, but if something went wrong, believe me, when they get picked up from school, they're telling.
My experience at City was really good. I play a lot, we have a lot of fun, and I feel like I have a lot of children with me, my sisters and brothers, and we watch a lot of movies, we play, we go to the pool, we do a lot of things together. I miss the girls because I always with the girls and playing, and with the girls I always, and with other boys like Laura, Sebastian, because I was at the same class with the other boys, and we sang, and it was really good, and I miss them a lot. I really love Zanmi Beni.
I went to Zanmi Beni at 12 years old. I was there on vacation, and Mommy Lone asked me she said, Peter, if you want to stay with us, you're free to stay with us. So I just stayed there. So since then, they became my family. Lone, I consider her as a mother. And we already know she's not our biological mom, but she's familiar. She's like a mentor. She's like a teacher, a mother, everything for the kids. She's consistent with us. She's consistent. Yeah. Like growing up with all of these siblings, so that represents a lot of things for me, for my personal life. So living with them, I can say I've learned a lot of things. Like they teach me to be more patient. Yeah, that's something that I learned from them. So because they need the patience from you personally. Oh, working with the kids, so this is something that I enjoy. So I take, and this is that I enjoy, and even here in the US, so I take disadvantages to work with the kids because it's like a passion because I just enjoy it. They see me as a brother. So almost every day I have to check my email to see who is text me, who is that. I always got an email from them. Yeah, they see me like a mentor.
They had a lot of visitors because Operation Blessing brought in a lot of visitors also, and PIH would bring in visitors as well. And so because it's a very special place.
Because a lot of the kids were very young, they just got used to it. It was just part of it. Whereas I could see, or maybe you could see, how it could be so distracting, or you know, would cause issues. I think it was part of the way ZB was, so they never were fazed by anybody visiting. Really, everyone was always welcome.
I remember at that time I was I was more younger, and you were welcome us, living with us like a family. You were always there. Since then, you still with us, and then share memories.
We were dancing and singing. It was good. And at night we share food, marshmallow, and Mary was there too. It was really good. I miss that a lot.
And the people who came for longer periods of time, they established, a lot of kids established relationships with them, you know, as you can attest to. We still have an attachment and a connection, and they do. And so, and it's very nice, I think, for people in that environment to know that there are people in the world who care about them and are thinking about them, even if they can't be there. I mean, it must be very hard to not have the people that they love and care about not be able to visit.
Bonsoir, comment nous y est? Nous sommes joyeux, nous sommes joyeux, ou t'as bien là avec nous. Peterson, Betty, Ojlin, Evelyn, comment nous y est?
Here, you hold it, and there's there's Kate. Here, to hold my phone. You can hold it.
Bonjour. Hi, everybody. Hi. Daddy. Oh my god.
They're happy.
Oh my gosh, I miss you all so much.
As years went by, Loon had told us that the kids were not doing well in school. So that was a big moment, and she really wanted to build this school academic center. And because she said she thought one of the problems was they come home from school and they sit outside to do their homework. So you have 30 kids. There's going to be kids who are really highly motivated and less motivated and not motivated, and they're preparing dinner, and the kids in wheelchairs are going by. So it was very hard to stay focused, especially for kids who have focus issues. we brought some teachers down and we hired some specialists, and they met with all the kids and the staff and really tried to get at the root of the problem. And then, of course, when things really started to go bad and there was civil unrest, so the kids didn't go out. And then there was COVID, so they didn't go out. And then, of course, what's happening now, the security issues, so they didn't leave the premises either. So it was almost 3 years. We've got a big tent so that we could, try and service the kids inside and move school there, and then hire teachers, real teachers, to come and so they could continue on with their academic pursuits, so they didn't get behind.
Yes, it was really bad because we didn't went to school like 2 years, 3 years. We stay at home working. It's not I didn't like home, but we have to see some other people. Every day I see my brothers and sisters. It was really like boring sometimes. But we don't have other students to talk. We talk to each other, and it was boring. And sometimes I sleep on the floor. It was really boring. And I sing a lot in class. And sometimes I get in trouble. Yeah.
So we did finally build the building, and we got an architect from University of Miami to design it, and we hired a local contractor, and so it's been a process. They started going out again. I'm sure they're not right now, but this school year they decided, I think we can send them back out to school, because over and above it's better for them.
Crazy love. I live and stay so deep in I talk to you more every time.
It's beautiful to really share the story of Zanmi Beni, and not that it's an orphanage, but a children's home, a forever home. We know that more than half of the children, young adults, are severely incapacitated, and this will be their forever home. And for kids like Mika or Marcus or Rosaline or Peter, Stanley, Wendy, and all of them, this was their foundation. It will always be their home. But now we work on raising them and rising them above everything, and teaching them new skills. Some of them have come here to the United States, like Andresia as well, and supporting their dreams and whatever they want to do in the future.
As they got older, then we really tried to think more about, because when you're young, a lot of it is really just your physical needs, your mental health needs, your medical needs. As they got older, we really did try to think about certain skills or certain passions they might have, because they weren't being introduced to anything. So they weren't introduced really to sports or the arts, or even though we bring people in, but it's not the same. I mean, it's not the same to someone come and do a show and then leave. So, we said we could have an opera singer, we could have a prodigy, we could have a dancer, a singer, a soccer player. So we started to think about those kind of things and figure out a way to introduce the kids into different areas to see if they, if they had an interest in a potential that was hidden because they weren't exposed to it. Now, if you lived in Haiti, you were not getting exposed to this sort of thing, but that's not what Zanmi Beni was. And our motto is, we do for these kids as we would do for our own. Probably about 6 years ago, then they started a soccer program, and kids have been learning instruments, and some are very talented. Like, we're hoping that maybe a couple people, we could get them into a summer program in the United States to really kind of expose them to, to those kind of things, the arts, to develop that side of them. So that was a focus. So it's a really great team because they're like the parents, and they have just the best interest of each child at heart. They'll spend a lot of time talking to the kids about what they want to do in their life. And people who live in abject poverty are not really thinking about their future. So all of these kids have a plan, and they feel very confident that, they feel confident that they will realize their plans. So they talk to them a lot about that, about what they want to be and why, and they have the option. They'll have the option to stay there and or to leave. Even the fact that they are sitting and they're thinking about what they want to do and what they want to bring, what gifts they have and what they want to bring to the world. It's pretty great.
But the founders of Papa Bill and Nancy, and we've lost Nancy and we've lost Paul now, and so there's Papa Bill and Loon as the original founders, and of course the amazing work that Jenny and Lori have done in the ZB Foundation here in Florida, and really making it possible for the kids to have Christmas and Thanksgivings and being able to really, really grow within this atmosphere and that Oasis.
At ZB we have concert, and we play, we eat a lot of new, we eat pork, chicken, like macaroni and cheese, and we eat maïmoulin. It's good. It was really good. And we stay at night, midnight. We can sleep. We can sleep in the field. At ZB we have shirt. We have shirt to tell us. We have a birthday party, the name is the age, and we play, and we have a birthday cake like huge for all people, and have a lot of prize went to the birthday party, and what we watch a lot of movies, and we played. We can invite some other people to come, like other school to come.
I think really beyond Mona, Loon, Jenny Block, Lori Newell, Paul, the former Paul Farmer, and Nancy Dorsonville, and so many other people, their goal is really whatever the kids need. So really their vision has always been for those kids and young adults that have severe disabilities or incapacitated, is to make them as comfortable as possible and give them all the love and respect they deserve, given where they came from, and their abandonment. And for all the rest of the kids is, again, finding out what do they want to be and trying to support those dreams. My hope is ultimately that all the kids, if Marcus wants to go to school in Paris, we'll support him in going to school in Paris, or Mika wants to play professional soccer, helping her, or any of the kids that want to do something outside of Haiti or whatnot, we promote it and support them. I've often asked Mika if she thinks that after university she'll go back to work in Haiti. She's like, of course I am, Liz.
artisanat. Commencé à faire artisanat, même pas artisanat. Moi, je fais dessin. Le séminaire, moi, pour artisan, c'est fait dessin pour vendre Canada.
Ça veut dire what the criminal project out that way. Okay. So she just wanted to share that she loves drawing, as we all know, and she loves like arts and crafts. And she says one of the projects that she's currently working on is creating T-shirts, designing T-shirts, so that she can sell abroad, particularly Canada. Yeah, these are you're too Okay.
So I've gotten to know Neftali over the years, obviously, but seeing Neftali work with a tutor and understanding like basic math and understanding like what she needs to do in order to get her business out on the ground for the t-shirts and the necklaces and stuff has been brilliant. Neftali, in any other situation in a developing nation, like I just said, would be somewhere always kept in the background. And she's been able to thrive. And she has thrived, and all the kids respect her highly because she is a little older now, and she really knows her place in that sense. And she's, again, just thrived. So, and she has the most beautiful smile. She always lights up whenever everyone's singing, and she loves to dance in her own special way. It's really wonderful.
Neftali, takou Neftali de nou te travay sou yon proje handicapé, respekte moun handicapé, protéger moun, protéger ti moun, protéger moun handicapé. Ti moun sa yo, sa moun te ka di pou ti moun sa yo, gen lada yo ki malade mentalement, epi gen ki malade physiquement. Mais ça qui est malade physiquement, qui pas malade mentalement, m'a dit au courage, t'as pour Neftali, Gisèle, vous comprenez? Et m'a dit au courage parce que bon Dieu, c'est bon Dieu qui fait moun.
It just was organic and just was like, let's just do what we have to do. Like they have needs and we can do it and let's just do it. And that's kind of been the philosophy. I mean, it really has been the philosophy. Our goals are honestly for the kids who are not disabled, that they realize whatever their dreams are, which, you know, if that is living at Zanmi Beni and being a cook, then that's what it is. Like, so I would say that's our goal. That's something we think about, worry about, think about the money, think about, you know, that kind of thing. And the kids with disabilities, of course, are their safety and security, and you know, we want the, you know, and they're, you know, like health, so and that they are well taken care of. So I think friending a child gives someone an opportunity to actually know who that child is. If things ever get better, go and visit them in Haiti. Send notes, let them know that you exist and that, you know, you love them, or nothing. Like, it, you know, you don't have to really do anything. And there's lots of people that friend the kids who are disabled, and because they have that connection in life and they want to do that, you know. So so I think it's nice. I think we could do more with some of the older kids to say these you have a friend in the United States, you know, that cares about you. And that's one thing we talked to the boys about a lot when they got here, and Mika, you know, like, we think it's very important for you to give back to Zanmi Beni because you were and still are the beneficiary of Zanmi Beni. Everything you have is because people here gave money to support you and your needs. He went to, Peter John went to medical school. And so he had things he needed for medical school, and they were provided for him, or even paying for it. Well, we pay for everybody's school. So, they understand, they understand that. I'm not sure they understand it in Haiti, but in here, when they came, and so that's why they really are trying to help and participate and give back.
When I was in Haiti and I was in medical school, so all my passion it was to become a doctor. So you already know the current situation in Haiti. So I decided to move to come in the US and then to follow up to the same pathway, healthcare. I'm taking some prerequisite and to enroll to the nursing program at Miami-Dade College, where I used to live in Haiti, and not in Port-au-Prince, but my community needs the kind of health mentor, health professional. So that's why it just become by passion. My hope for the future is continue working hard at school, focus on what I want to be, because everything, I'm not the kind of person who is focused on something else than school. So for now, all my determination is to focus on what I want to be and then to work hard. I know it's not easy to become a nurse, so you have to study a lot. So everything that I need is to focus and then to become a registered nurse and then to follow up to become a nurse practitioner, and then after that, after graduate, and then to might go to my country, yeah, which is something that I hope, because it's my country. It is my country, so yeah.
At first, when I arrived and I went to school, I was bullied by other students. But after I realized I didn't pay attention about the other student. I just said I come to US. I want something, and I need to do more. And I come to US and they bullying me a lot at school. The other school I went, they bullying me, and I said, I'm not paying attention about the other student. I just pay attention with me because I know what I want. And I want something, and I didn't take that seriously because he was bullying me.
We said, yeah, you're like the ambassadors of Zanmi Beni. And so you need to understand, like, people, they, are supporting you. There's people who care about the kids there, and this is the way they help, and this is the way for you. It's a way for you to give back also. And they want to. They really want to. It's very nice. They have a lot of pride.
Not being Haitian, but having worked in Haiti and with Haitians for like 12 years now or so, it's ingrained in Haitians. I think you're born with that level of pride. Haitian people are very, very, very proud. I mean, the way I like to see it is, it's the first black independent country, in 1804 when they become independent, and they fought for that against the French. And that has gone generation beyond generation beyond generation. And honestly, it's in them. And so I think, and also taught to them by their moms, Mona and Lou and everyone else that's there. And I think all Haitians, nobody wants to leave their country. As someone who has worked with immigrants and displaced individuals for over 20 years, when people are like, oh, everyone wants to come to the United States. In fact, people rarely want to leave where they were born and their home. They have to leave because of violence or war or crisis, and I'm confident that when, God willing, Haiti gets back to normal, a lot of these individuals will go back, visit, maybe just go back there to live permanently again, when it gets better, hopefully.
I mean, it must be very hard to not have the people that they love and care about not be able to visit. I've never seen the school building. I've never seen the education center in person. So it's kind of hard to believe, you know, that I mean, I've seen tons of pictures and sent everything that, but I still have never seen it. So it's you know, it's different, but it's not less motivating. It just, at all, but it's just sad. So that's like, I have a lot more free time. Right now, it's very insecure. There's no functioning government. Gangs are really taking over and have taken over. So it's not safe. But it's horrifying, and you know, so far the world is letting it happen.
You know, when you move your family and you know the country situation is bad, but it's important to keep communication. Because Zanmi Beni is my family. My family is at Zanmi Beni. You know, yeah. We communicate every day.
I remember one of the most special memory I got from Zanmi Beni, which is where it was the day that I supposed to leave Haiti and then to come in the US. Every kid, all of the kids was in tears, totally in tears. So that was really touching me a lot. So yeah, it was one of the most special memory I got from them, because they consider me as a mentor, as a brother for them.
Really, I miss my country because when I went to US, all the kids cried and they want me to stay. They don't want me to go, and they said swear to God you will come back, and I said I will come back one day, and I promised them I will come back one day.
Zanmi Beni spécial pour moi à cause moi son jeune. Zanmi Beni aidé dans tout ça yo. Push moi tant ko aider dans l'école. Aider moi dans série de bagailles. Zanmi Beni considère me tant petit li. Et puis Miss Merci, c'est sa femme. Zanmi Beni spécial pour moi.
Merci Jésus, merci Jésus, merci Jésus, merci Jésus, merci
Jésus. It ranks up as probably the most important experience I may have ever had, which is when we baptized the children at Zanmi Beni. I mean, there's nothing. There's practically nothing ever in my life that either can top that or will. It was a really. It was really an incredible experience, and to see, first of all, there were a lot of people there. I think we brought 64 people or 65 people to Zanmi Beni, and then the whole community was there. And my sister brought a bunch of priests, and we had the Haitian priest, and Paul was there, and then it was all the children were dressed like in communion outfits that a donor sent the money and said, I want them to all have, so every child with disability was in a beautiful dress with a hairpiece and the pretty socks, and the children, all the boys had, shirts with ties that the staff made. And it was really incredible because you just heard this buzz of all these priests going, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, I, baptize you. And then you have to be anointed. So whatever it is they say, they went through, and all the children were beaming, and it was like a really spiritual experience, and that really that tops it all. Different than being there when it's fun, and like when they were little and going, having little blow up pools and fun, and but those times were fun too. But the baptism was in a place of its own. It was really like, I don't know, it was an incredible experience.
It was New Year that time, and all right, and pray, singing, do all the stuff. And it was spiritual, memories.
I mean, I'd never experienced anything like that, and I can't imagine that I ever will.
Ok, chantez? Oui? Ok, chantez? Zanmi Beni, não se fame, Zanmi Beni. Zanmi Beni, não se fame, Zanmi Beni. On a bien mort, nous êtes vos enfants, nous vivons petit pays.
Zanmi Beni, nossa família, Zanmi Beni. Zanmi Beni, nossa família.